Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about more stands, but again, I already said that my Dream Stand series was over. I already made 3 videos on it, don't need to make more. But today we're going to be talking about Wilbur Sutton stands. Congratulations, everybody on the Dream SMP has stands. Tommy has stands, Dream has stands, Sapnap, George Not Found especially has stands. The amount of profile picture of just him with hearts around his face as a profile, that's just overblown on Twitter. It's so many people. But anyways, we're going to be talking about Wilbur Sutton stands and the fact that they take the Dream SMP way too seriously. As you all know, the election just happened. Well, not just. It happened like a month or 2 ago. And you know who won? Schlatt did, because Quackity and Schlatt promised that they would combine their votes after the election started. So even though they ran second and third, Schlatt ran third, Quackity ran second, and obviously Pogtopia ran first. Obviously, they were going to combine their votes, and what do you know? They won by 1%. That is a very low amount, and they just won though. So the first thing they said is to kick Tommy and Wilbur from the nation, from like Pogtopia, or not Pogtopia, from L'Manberg. And this got so many people on Twitter upset. Luckily, it was like a day and then it stopped immediately. But I still want to talk about this because this is really annoying to me. The fact that people can't tell fiction from reality is absolutely baffling to me. How can you not tell that Schlatt is in a character? I don't think. Why would you ever think that he's an actual dictator and like evil? He's even putting on evil laughs, obviously role playing as a evil dictator, and yet some people in their twisted minds think that he's actually like this in real life. He's the exact opposite. He's a kind person trying to give advice to people, and yet people think the exact opposite. People think that when he's playing in character, they think that's actually him. I can't believe some people actually believe that everybody who has an online persona, automatically that's them in real life. Like, no, that isn't. People can play in character just like Schlatt does all the time on his YouTube videos and streams. And that time was no different. He played it as an evil dictator businessman. That's what he's been doing for like a year, since the SMP Live days. That's what he's been doing, and yet for some reason he's getting backlash because of it. And people can't tell fiction from reality. People can't tell when he's playing a character and when he's not playing a character. And I find that shocking to me. How can you not tell? He's doing his evil laugh. How can you not? Do you actually think he's an evil dictator in real life because he's playing a black game and he's a dictator in a black game? Oh, he's a dictator in real life because he took over the Dream SMP. He took over a block game. No, he's a dictator in real life. Like, no, he isn't. He's just a dictator on Dream SMP and, well, SMP Live, but he hasn't played Minecraft for a while. But he's a dictator on Dream SMP Live. Well, not SMP Live, Dreams SMP. That doesn't mean automatically that he's one in real life. That doesn't mean he's a dictator in real life. He tries to give advice in real life, in fact. If you see his channel, The Weekly Slap, then you will know that, guess what? He's giving advice to people, and that's actually him. He's not some evil dictator that you think he is. Again, I know that this controversy blew over in like a day, and I'm glad it did. But the fact that it even happened still shocks me. Bro, kill Schlatt in-game. Kill Schlatt. He's so evil, he's so bad. Everybody, how do you not know? Everybody's playing character in this. Tommy is playing character. Wilbur Sutton's playing character as the anti-hero. How do you not recognize? If you recognize that Wilbur is playing a character, then how do you not realize that Schlatt is playing a character? It's harder, I would say it's even harder to decipher that Wilbur is playing a character than Schlatt. It is so blatantly obvious that he's playing a character, and yet people think they're so closed-minded to the point where they think that everything they see online is them in real life. This is why I don't like. This is why people didn't like Filthy Frank or iDubbbz, and why they wanted to cancel him. Well, maybe not iDubbbz, but Filthy Frank and all these Max Mofo. This is why they wanted to cancel him. It's because he's playing in character. This is the exact thing Jay Schlatt is doing. It's just in a different form. Like, he's a dictator instead of like a funny pink man in a suit. That's the only difference. He's playing in character just like they used to. In fact, he's the same language and just overall edgy humor that they did in the past as well. And people can't accept that. And that's baffling to me. How can you not accept that? And I know every single, 14-year-old girl on the internet is sensitive to this type of stuff. But you need to tell when it is fiction and when it is reality. And if you can't tell when it is obvious that he's not a dictator in the dream, he's not a dictator in real life, and that's so blatantly obvious. But the fact that people can't even decipher that. If you can't decipher that he's playing a character on the Dream SMP, then take a break from the internet. Please, study internet people. Study people that used to be on the internet like Filthy Frank, iDubbbz, all these edgy people. Please, look at their content. Recognize that people play in character on the internet. In fact, I would say at least 20% of people on YouTube are in character and aren't actually them in real life. I would say probably more, but for now, I would say at least 20%. Because, some people just don't want to act like they do in real life. And they want to act like their own way. They want to act the exact opposite of them. They want to act this certain way, and they just want to execute that on the internet. That's the only way they can do it. They can't obviously do that in real life because their friend would be like, what the hell? But they can do it on the internet where nobody knows them. So why do people get so mad at somebody for simply playing a character? And everybody got mad at him before he got banned because, oh no, he was also doing the exact same thing he did when he joined back. That's so bad. He made edgy jokes. Oh no, my sensitive brain can't decipher what is fiction from reality. How can you not decipher that? I don't think he actually... if you think that when he says the Queen of England will die on this specific date, do you believe that that's real? And don't say that ironically. Say it unironically. Do you think that in your brain, do you think that is real? No, it's not real, because obviously it's a joke. It's called a joke. It's everything he is doing is a joke. It's such a good joke that apparently people can't even tell that it's a joke. You know a joke is good when people can't tell that it's a joke. People can't decipher the intellect. I'm just joking. But he is he is pretty intellectual in his comedic, actual comedic standpoint. The amount of people who hate him, I'm completely fine with people who hate him. But people who want to kick him from the server and people who actually think that he's like a dictator and if he hates everybody, why do you think that? That's the most dumb thing I've ever heard. I don't know. I'm so done.